don't. But I was determined, right? You know, Chloe would go off to bed, and there were a lot of long nights spent on the computer. You know, cheapest plane tickets, cheapest train tickets. I found a lot of churches that offered free food, so, you know, I thought we were set. And so I surprised her with this trip. I said, look, Chloe, we're going to these 6 countries. Are you happy? And she said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Where are we staying at night? And I realized I'd never booked places to sleep at night, which, you know, that's typically the most expensive part of any trip. And so I said, oh, that's the next surprise. Just hold on. And so she went off to bed, and the long nights, you know, continued, looking up on the computer. I looked at hotels and hostels. $30 a night, way too expensive. For a whole month, that wasn't going to work. So I found Airbnbs for the entire month in 6 different countries for between $15 and $25 per night, which I would not at all recommend doing. This was not the greatest plan in the world, but I will say we had a much more immersive experience in these countries because we were staying in areas that tourists would typically avoid, which was fine with us. You know, we were getting a real experience. But the best Airbnb, in fact, the only good Airbnb on this trip was
the only good one.
That's right. Was in Dublin, Ireland. It was in the attic of this family's house. It was a nice attic. It wallpaper. It was good to go. But they had this little boy named Roy who kind of just followed us around everywhere when we were at the house. And he was wearing a full-body Chewbacca costume the entire time we were there. And he was just the funniest kid. And, you know, he would see us with our instruments, and he would ask us about, you know, the guitar and the violin, and we would tell him about it, and we were telling him about songwriting. And he asked to write a song with us, and so we said, of course. And so we started to write a song. He got bored after about 10 seconds, took off running. But we kept the song going and named it after the street that family lived on. This one's called Foxfield, St. John.
You know, he did leave after we started writing the song, which of course any like 10-year-old would do that, lose interest. But we were staying in the attic, and we saw him jumping on the trampoline. He would jump on the trampoline, and we could just see his head popping through the window to like look at what we were doing every so often. And he was still in this Chewbacca costume. But finally, one time he jumped up, and he unzipped the Chewbacca costume, and we could see what he actually looked like. And it was Andy underneath the costume.
Oh, that's how we met Andy, yeah.
That's a true story, and, you know, I came with them back to Nebraska. And the whole Chewbacca, go Big Red. And the whole Chewbacca mask, it wasn't working out, it wasn't fitting in, so I got rid of that. Started chewing tobacco instead. Got one of those corn heads, fit right in.
You bought a truck?
Toyota Tacoma. It's a little one, you know.
Wow.
Very Nebraskan.
Ain't that the American dream? So here's Foxfield, St. John. Running in and out of town, she moves like heavy wind. Floating in and out of storms, she is like hell. Beautiful and honest, yet so hard to understand. Like a bright reflection from a perfect diamond, and it's so hard to see. You gotta keep on moving, try to live another day, and maybe you will have be for
on Foxfield Central.
Following the herd of gods so low and blend along. Tearing up my favorite shirt against the ancient rocks, and it's so hard to see the bright side of everything. You gotta keep on moving, try to live another day, and maybe you will have been before. Maybe you don't need me here anymore. Running in and out of time machine wheels, high heavyweight.
Remembering springtime on Foxfield